Anthony Barry, assistant head coach of the England national team. It was actually very close to happening. I was 16, I'd been offered a YTS at Everton, and my mum was hugely into education, and part of the deal allowing me to sign for Everton was to do external education. So I did 3A levels, in history, English and law, and it was to go on to try and become a lawyer. And it was one of the best things my mother ever made me do, because 2-3 years later I was released from Everton, and was very close from falling out of football, but because of my mum and her advice to carry on with education, I would have had something to fall back on. And as I said, it would have been history, English and law, leading me to be a lawyer, because there was a show at the time called Ally McBeal that our house and our family fell in love with, and that was what would have been next for me. Coaching career would have been winning the Champions League, I would say. Not just because of the medal or the trophy, because of the story and the backdrop to it. Thomas Tuchel joined us only in January, I think, of that season, and we were 9th in the league table, really no hope of being successful for a club like Chelsea that season. And to be part of and to see what he built in such a short period of time, and to win the Champions League 5-6 months later, was something that was an incredible education and lesson for me on leadership and how to build a team. And for that reason, that was absolutely the highlight, not just the night of beating Manchester City in Portugal, but the story and the process of the 5-6 months that came before. No, the biggest disappointment was the Euros that's just gone. We were beaten in the quarter-final by France with Portugal, and I've lost many finals, Carabao Cup finals, FA Cup finals, but I really feel like we left that trophy out there. It was a team, a culture, an environment that was built to win. We got to the quarter-finals against France. We were without doubt the best team on the night and went on to lose on penalties, and that disappointment, it still haunts me today. It's something that I can't say I'm over and I've learned how to overcome. Of course, I will try to use that experience with England now and take all the good practice and all the good things that we built there at Portugal and bring it here. But I suppose the biggest defeats are also the biggest inspirations, and that's how I will try and use it to overcome. Self-satisfaction. It's probably the only thing in my life personally that gives me that self-satisfaction, that challenge every day, that the demand to prove yourself every day, certainly at the level I've been fortunate enough to work at lately. Every day you have to show that you are good enough or capable to work at that level, and for me that gets me out of bed every morning with a spring in my step. And for me, it really is a gift to have that type of environment to be able to every day try and show that we can operate at these levels. And for me, that feeling of going home at night, that self-satisfaction that I gave everything to a sport that I love, is for me a gift and the best thing about being in football. It's pretty contextual. I'd say it's case by case. I think if you've had a certain career on a certain level, and if we speak about the financial implications of that, I think people playing at the top level can afford to take their time when they come out of their career, really assess, reflect and see what they want to do on the next steps. For me personally, when I went on to have a lower league career, then I started my education very early. I started my coaching badges at 24. I was trying to build other businesses outside of sports to rely on financially for me and my family as I got older. So I think it's pretty contextual and it's case by case, but I think it can be done well to be a footballer and to give energy to other things outside of it, because overall it will develop your character. And I think if you have the energy and the ability to work in different environments, it can only help you as an elite sportsman. I would say it does not matter so much where you start. I think a lot of the elite managers in the world right now, they had either very low-level playing careers or didn't play at all. And I don't think it's a must to be a successful coach. I think the skill set you need to be a player and a coach is worlds apart. I think the experience of being a footballer can help, but I don't think it's a must. And I think don't give yourself that limitation that if you don't believe you're being a professional player that you cannot be a professional coach, because you absolutely can. I think education is a must. I think to surround yourself in rich environments where you can constantly learn and grow. I think the beauty of being a coach is that you have to be malleable and flexible and constantly adapt and update, otherwise you will be outdated. And I think for anybody wanting to be a coach, most skills can be acquired, and I don't think to be a professional footballer is one that you must have to put you in a good stead. It's a privilege, of course. This is the 4th national team I've worked for now, and to work for any country, it's always an honour to be asked to work for them and represent them. It's always a little bit more special when it's your own country. We have a fantastic squad, a fantastic group of players. We're in a period now with a World Cup coming up in the USA, which for me is just an amazing place to go and host a World Cup. So right now, Thomas and I speak on his behalf. We feel we're exactly where we should be, and we know we have a big job on our hands that comes with big responsibility, but we're totally ready. For me, I can only speak on personal experience, and events like this completely changed my life and my career. I think without the English Pro license, without having a big energy towards events like this, I wouldn't be where I am today. The networks that I built, the rich environments, like I said before, that I was fortunate to be a part of, the knowledge, the information that I gained from these rooms was so invaluable for me. And I think if you go into these type of environments with the right mindset to be open, to learn, to share, then I think they can be something that is a huge part of anybody's career, going from position A to position B.